Okay, so this is going to be an important, um, it's going to be a very important uh, message, I'd say, into why I've begun all these videos in the first place and uh, what message I am overall trying to portray. And I wrote all of this out, as I will say eventually in it, um, so that I could keep it as organized as I possibly could. So here we go. So with how transcendent reality acts, determinism, and the ways in which situational and environmental interpretations affect us so deeply, and how we can control this to some fair degree with beliefs and various things to overcome and transcend or enlighten ourselves into being a higher being, or conscious, or existing within a better lens or focus in life or beliefs, that I would confidently say that God and Satan control much of these things, and existing in God's spirit of love and believing in Him and trusting Him is the best form of existence I can comprehend. This is very deep things that, it's very deep things because it frees the mind from itself and allows you to shape it in many ways, as I've been explaining, with love as a motivator and various other things that manifest from existing in spirit. And that separation from God and His spirit is entering into dysfunction, devolution, becoming lesser than even animals, becoming a broken being that can only justify its own existence through confirmation bias and ignorance while rejecting transcendent reality. This manifests as much of what you see repeatedly happen throughout history in the evil societies that have existed previously, albeit many barely escape by with their blessing and gifts from God that He gives to all people when they accept productive and spiritual things that still follow His path somewhat. It is the expansion of civilization that brings humans away from natural understanding of nature and reality and materialism, or transcendent reality itself as well, which will ultimately bring them into the grasp of the devil's workings and many things that devolve society very deeply. I am so confident of this because I can see how God has raised me Himself, how He has affected my life in various ways to write my story, which I was ignorant of for so long, as well as unique events which could only be called miracles and signs, some even given directly when I asked for them. I have not witnessed anything supernatural except that I have looked and I have witnessed it all, and the immensity of how true everything really is in the Bible, and how it translates reality most efficiently to produce higher beings, higher cognizance, and many things in love and spirit that show only God can build us up, and without Him we will be destroyed by reality and evil and chipped away at thousands of ways. I cannot get anyone to see what I see, or to even look for God in their own lives, or rely on Him, or trust Him, really, except that I pray for people I run across and try to help whoever I can see more of reality and perceptions and such things, so that no matter what side they are on, that they come into cognizance of themselves, their path they've followed, and which path they will choose so as to consolidate the divide most fully and expose evil for what it all is, and goodness uh, for what all it is most fully as well, so that everyone can progress most properly in confidence of what they choose to follow and the limitations thereof. The results, the manifestations, culminations, directions things may go based upon collectives and what evils are possible in the world. This is very vital, so I wrote it all out to explain it all most fully instead of free-talked it, so I could try to simplify it all down as best I could without over-explanations. So basically everything always adds up when you look for it. Regardless of what you want to believe, this is what I know for a fact of life, existence, and where I build all of my own axioms from with myself and based upon the Bible, which explain reality to me much more efficiently and productively than anything modern science has been able to explain to me, based around ignorance, lack of knowledge, and etc. And all of it works and renegotiates psychology entirely, and the way we interpret genetics and how brains are shaped and stuff like that. Um, so I reject modern science axioms, and uh, I feel like my way has reshaped my own mind away from mental illness, and that I've been able to stabilize it. And yeah, mind over matter. It's all in your head. Uh, yeah, stuff like that. Very simple stuff. Everything boils down to very simple things, and um, humans complicate everything and deceive themselves, along with Satan. I will say that I have looked at modern axioms, and um, I've analyzed them fairly, and I have roughly filled in the gaps with transcendent reality and the Bible, and that it has basically worked miracles for me. And, you know, that I am 100% confident that it is the correct way to view reality, because you can't work from the basis of ignorance and lack of knowledge to explain reality and pretend that you know what is true and not based off of results. So, yeah, you know, don't let anybody put you in a bubble, put you in a box. Don't let anybody um, define your mind for you, because that is where you will be trapped and deceived, and you will not get out of it if you accept that and believe it, because it is my belief that has freed my mind from mental disorders, mental complexes, many issues that only God can heal and repair. Because I say that it is me that did these things, but it is me and God's Spirit that has done these things. When before I could understand love, um, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't fix anything. Nobody could help me, and I was stuck that way. It was just the way my brain was. It was, determinism, and they don't know any of that stuff. They're just lying to themselves, and they're lying to you. So that's the way I see it. So be careful. God bless.